Hello, everybody. As promised, this is the Harvey Haddix May recap video. What I did this month, because of having so much trouble struggling with focus, is really just decided to focus on one thing and see what kind of damage I can do. My Haddix collection had been lacking over the last several years, and I just figured if I put all my attention into basically one thing, how could I do? How did I do? Well, we're gonna go over the results here in a minute. So first off, I wanted to share this book with you. You might have seen it in the background before, but I got this as a gift about maybe 10 years ago and really enjoyed it. And it's what made me a fan of the player and the man. And I had heard of his 12 perfect innings before, but this recounts in great detail the events of that day. And I need to give it a reread. I haven't read it in a couple of years, but it goes through inning by inning. It gives little biographies of each player as they come to bat or make a notable play or what have you. It even talks about the Braves. You know, Eddie Matthews was on that team. Hank Aaron. Here's Joe Adcock, who had the only hit for the Braves. And anyway, really recommend this. Lou Burdett, who pitched for the Braves, who darn near matched Haddix. Didn't match him, but he had a great game too. We'll put that up there. So, little biography on Haddix before we get started. He played 14 years for the Cardinals, Phillies, Reds, Pirates, and Orioles. He was a 3-time All-Star, 3-time Gold Glove winner. And as noted, on May 26th, and yes, this is why I decided May would be a good month to do this. May 26th, 1959, he pitched 12 perfect innings. Beginning of the 13th inning, third baseman Don Hoke made a throwing error, allowed Felix Mantilla to get to first base. Hank Aaron was intentionally walked. Joe Adcock hit a home run. Aaron thought it hit off the base of the wall, cut through the infield. And when Adcock passed Aaron, they were both called out. That was the game. And Adcock was later given a double, I believe. So that is the business side, the non-card side of things. So I have, I counted them right before I started, I think 16 cards here. And I went ahead and used the trading card database for this. And this wasn't the goal, but I did become the number one ranked collector there. There's one thing I picked up straight away in early May that's not on the database, but I thought it was nicely made enough to go ahead and buy it for pretty cheap. And I've never bought someone else's custom, but here's a custom that someone did. He has a Facebook group. If I remember, I'll link his Facebook group below, but he makes stuff like this and gets it slabbed. And I thought this was well done. So there he is on the Pirates and the Cardinals uniform. Of course, started with the Cardinals. And it's just a cut, nice cut in a Beckett slab. It did get cracked in shipping. I didn't make a big stink about it. I know this wasn't here previous because I asked to see a scan of the back and it wasn't on there. But that stuff happens. At the very bottom, here it makes note of the May 26th game. And when I initially read this, I thought maybe it was kind of like an error the way he worded it. But it does say, before giving up a hit and a run to lose the game, 1-zip in 13 innings. He lost the perfect game on the error, but he lost the game on the hit. So that's just nitpicky, but this is really nice. I like this. And I think maybe $15 to my door. I think it's a nice item. So that doesn't count toward my trading card database totals. But like I said, I don't really care about what rank I am or whatever. I just got cards because I wanted to spruce up my collection. So the main goal I had was to get a good mix of things. And I wanted to get some easy things, some more rare things. I wanted vintage, modern, and I think I did a pretty good job here. I got just a little bit of everything. So we're going to go with most newest release to oldest and do it that way. So these first 3 cards are all from 2014 Panini Golden Age. They're the minis. And I got 2 of the Hindu backs. There's I think red and black they're called. And the Swiss Miss Cocoa. And there's a few more I would love to get. There's a 1 of 1. And then there's one called First 50. Although I'm not sure that's a mini. Anyway. And then I think there's one other mini that's like fairly easy to get that I don't have yet. So now, remember, this isn't everything I have for Haddix. This is just what I got this month in May. So there's 3 there. This is a 2002 Top Super Teams Retrofractor. And that's a really cool card. These are numbered to 1960 on the back. Had the base already. These are neat cards. I've gotten these TTM'd before from other players. There it is, numbered to 1960. That's 2002 Super Teams Retrofractor. Nice shine on that one. Okay, these next 2 are from 1994 Upper Deck All-Time Heroes. And they are from the same year and same set. But this is the stamped 125th anniversary version of both of these. And I have the non-stamped already. I don't know who stamped these, if it was from a show or whatever, but it does show up in Beckett. It does show up on Trading Card Database. So I figured I needed those. And most every card post playing days, and even some from playing days, is going to mention that the 12 perfect innings. I mean, look, every card there. I see Joe Adcock's name jump off at me, so I know what that is. What's next? We're moving right along. 1993 all-time Upper Deck all-time heroes, and this is patterned after a T202 Hassan, and these are some cool cards. If you like this style of card, watch my vintage video that's coming up, hopefully at the end of this week or over the weekend. That is all I will tell you. If you like this style, if you want to see more of this, watch my vintage reveal. Okay, I can't give away any more information than that. 1990 Swell Greats. Here he is. It says pitcher, but it's a coach card. He's a coach for the Mets. It's listed as a coach card. But there it says pitcher on the back. On the front, rather. Some stats. Career ERA, 3.63. Not too shabby. More than just a one-game wonder, I'll tell you that. So this is, let's see, I hope I don't have these mixed up. Okay, next up is the 1984 Renata Glasso Glossy Greats. I hope I'm holding that still. Kind of a neat card. Then we have the TCMA, the 50s, 1979. And I missed an 89. I jumped here. Here's another Swell Greats from 89. So that should have been after. And this is an error card. It's reverse negative. It should be obvious. Well, I think it's obvious. He's not a right-hander. The Cardinals is written backwards on his jersey. The logo's backwards on his hat. But errors happen, so that's the reverse negative. Here we go. Okay, so now we are off to player era. Here's where we get some stands back out, where I spent a little bit of money. This next one's I'm probably most excited about because it's my first Venezuelan. It's the 1962 Venezuelan. There we are in a, what is it, 3. Presents real well. Of course, I'm not so concerned about grade. It's got a great surface. There's no obvious creases, so I'm happy with it. There we are. Written in Venezuelan. I'm not reading it. So that is the 62 Venezuelan. Here we have a 58 base. I just didn't have it yet. There's a few base cards I still don't have, including the rookie. I probably would have led with that if I actually had it. But it's on the list. I'll get it at some point. This is excellent 5.5. Really pretty good centering for those of you that really love centering. Yeah, that's a real nice copy. I'm pretty easy to please. I really am, especially with vintage. As long as it's not creased into 2 pieces, I'm pretty happy. Okay, this is 56 tops. I already had the white back. This is the gray back. There we are. 56 tops. I've always said if you made me pick a favorite set, I had to pick one, it would be 56 tops. And I'm sticking by that. Last one for now. This one's in a slab. It didn't really need to be, but it was still affordable enough that I just figured, what the heck. There's only 2 of them that I saw that were slabbed, and I don't think it's because they're super scarce. Maybe John Mangini can help me out here. I think it's just not something that people would send in. So it is a 1955 All-American Sports Club. And I believe, and again, John, if you know something about these, jump in here. They were distributed on a sheet, which is why they're hand cut. And you can see this wasn't done by an expert. And my understanding is they were perhaps distributed to Boy Scouts. And this is a multi-sport set. So I don't remember all who's in it, but there's a lot of different athletes and disciplines in that set. So that's the 1955 American Sports Club. There it is. Like I said, that didn't need to be in a holder, but it was still not very much more expensive than if it wasn't. So what the hey, here we are. Okay, that's it. I hope you learned a little bit about Harvey Haddix, and you can come to appreciate him as much as I do. The coolest thing that's consistent throughout the book, and if you go on YouTube, there's a lot of interviews with him and about him. There's a great one with his wife. She shows off the 12 golden goblets that Commissioner gave him. And anyway, the one thing that's consistent through all that is that he's just a fine, excellent human being. And that to me is as important in who I collect than anything else, even value. So, okay, tomorrow about 24 hours, come back for the TTM giveaway. And until then, remember, we don't count subscribers, we count friends.